First order of business for the day, we went to shipping and receiving, picked up some packages for the Murillo Racing guys, P1, and we're gonna haul it on over to them so they can get their day started. We got some earphones. I don't know what parts they had gotten. We just picked up the packages. So yeah, day 2 begins. Videoing all the cars that are lined up. Man, I love all the different manufacturers. That is so cool. Good morning. That was Chelsea. She's taking all the pictures for the team. Package delivered. This is first practice of the day. These cars are coming around here at Yesterday, Brent was saying they're coming around this straightaway at 170 before they start braking. right, practice is over. Time for everybody to start making adjustments. Three H. All right, so that's a line of the cars from the Michelin Pilot Series. Just come off track. Their next session is qualifying. So what's going on is they're all going in here into the tech inspection area, and they're all getting teched. They're going to make sure that they meet the weight requirements for their class to run in, so that way when they go to qualify, everybody's playing on the, by the BOP rules. BOP is balance of performance. So like right now, the Mustangs are fast. They are killing everybody by about 2 seconds per lap. Now, they don't make changes to BOP during the race week or the race weekend, but before the next race, which I believe is going to be in Sebring, they go ahead and they make adjustments. You have to add weight, you have to get a restrictor, really trying to make the field even. But the Mustangs will be good today. They have good aero. The Toyota Supras are kind of the underdog here, but the Supras are showing promise. The Mercedes typically not as much horsepower, but they have more downforce, so they do better in some of the tracks that are a little less high speed, like Sebring, where you have more turns. So that's what all is going on today. So, all right, so me and Hal came to a normal spectating area here with the rest of the crew. This is the International Horseshoe.
Bus stop off of
it's lunchtime and we beat the rush, but this is the team, so like all the teams, this is where they come for lunch. And so it's just this big tent, and right now the WeatherTech guys are racing, and once they finish, they're practicing. Once they finish, everybody's going to be in here to eat, so we came eat early. All right, y'all, so this is one of the vintage race cars, and this one fascinates me because this power plant is what they call the Chevy SB2. It was designed in the late 90s, went into the early 2000s, and it was Chevrolet's upgrade to the small block Chevy to keep up with Ford's Yates engines. Now, small block Chevy, the two intake runners are usually close together like this, like two here and two here. But the problem with that is you couldn't make your intake runners the same shape, so your cylinders would reach their peak power at different RPMs. So Chevrolet rearranged things, and as you can see, the intake runners are spaced fairly evenly, which allowed them to make their designs very similar, so the peak power in each cylinder hits at the same RPM. Now, for the exhaust, they kept the traditional exhaust, intake, exhaust, intake, exhaust, intake, and because these two cylinders were so close together, they'd get hot spots and get into detonation. And they put a coolant line right there, that line right there, between the two, so that way they could run fresh coolant from the water pump and keep that area cooler to keep it out of detonation. Now, the reason why I know so much about this engine is I built one of these, and it's in my Nova. I was talking to the guy. This engine makes about as much power as my Nova. They're making a little bit more. This one made 650. My Nova made 630. But since they stopped making this engine so long ago, I've never seen one racing. I mean, not in person. I've watched NASCAR back then, but never, in person. And so I'm gonna get to see this one race today. He was saying this open cockpit car was getting up to 202 miles per hour on the straightaways. Can you imagine that? 200 plus in an open cockpit car? Oh, that's just crazy. Yeah, looking forward to watching this old classic run. Really cool. So one of the classes they're racing this weekend is classic cars. And when we say classic, cars from like, I want to say they're like 20 years old or older. So a lot of these cars, when I was growing up, were the cars that I was seeing on TV and I was playing on the PlayStations and were the Hot Wheels I was collecting. So I'm really excited about this next class. They're going to be qualifying. And from what I understand, they race them. They don't like, they put them through the paces. They don't baby these things. I mean, there's a Ferrari that was like a $7 million Ferrari that just had $1 million restoration done on it. So like, just really cars that I would not be racing. Anyway, they're about to go qualifying, so I'll get some video. Vintage cars. That's the Ferrari. Nothing like driving a $7 million Ferrari through the grass. That could have been I thought for sure this is something. Yeah. a 3-rotor Wankel rig. So this is the, I guess, food truck, taco truck area. Just all kinds of just different foods. Come over here, you can eat. This is where the spectators would eat. All right, so the MX-5 Cup race is about to start. These cars, they're not high horsepower, they're low horsepower. So when they get on straightaways, the car in front has to push the air, and the cars behind are really going to get up behind them. And they're all going to bump draft, and this is some super competitive racing, and they're about to start.
Racing as always as they go onto the infield. Jeremy Fletcher, Jared Thomas, Tristan Connors, Tyler Gonzalez, Bobby Gossett, Weston Rogan, Julian DaCosta in the top 7 as they win across the line.
And DaCosta is third, right coming second and second, turn 6. DaCosta hanging out around the outside. He's got a beautiful new fire suit that matches the livery and car. It's terrific and collaborative.
My phone is about to die. The WeatherTech cars are doing their nighttime practice right now. My God, the fast! Oh my God! Like watching the brake rotors flow, the deceleration that these things have. They make the corner, the acceleration. Like, it is unbelievable. We were just having a conversation about the braking. Formula One does not allow anti-lock brakes, so they're kind of falling behind as far as technology goes in that department. But in IMSA, they allow ABS, and so these cars, no brake lockup, no smoky, locked up wheels or anything. They just stop. Oh, it's so impressive. I'll try to take some more video until my battery dies. But yeah, what a day. So, back at the hotel, day 2 is in the history books. Wow, what a day. So, P1 and Murillo, Kenny qualified in 9th. He said anything better than 10th, or he said 10th or better, he sees that as a win just because it's, first time back in IMSA in a year, and just, team coming back together kind of deal. So yeah, it was good. Then the historical racing. Oh man, watching that one car spin out in front of that Ferrari. That Ferrari, I was talking to the guy who works on it. They had just had $1 million restoration done on it, and the car is valued at about $7 million. So that red Ferrari in the old school class, oh my gosh. I could not imagine driving a $7 million asset around like that. That's crazy. And then the MX-5 Cup race. Jeez, those dudes were all in. I mean, like, if you get a chance to go back and watch the MX-5 Cup race, that was very impressive from a driver standpoint. Just so many lead changes, just going 4 wide on the first lap in turn 3. Like, it was just wild. And then got to watch some of the night practice of the big cars, the WeatherTech class. So it was really good. Like, share, and subscribe. Just trying to give you all some of the behind the scenes stuff. Not a whole lot of behind the scenes today. Today was just more of, like, watching. They didn't really have a whole lot of stuff going on with the P1 guys. They just went out there and nailed qualifying, did really good. Qualifying 9th is really, really good for them. don't need to be lead of the pack. It's a 4-hour race they're doing, so a lot of it's going to be, you know, kind of a little bit of luck and a lot of skill. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow, and yeah, rooting for them.